Well, hello there, folks, and a very warm welcome back to What's for Tea. It's lovely to see you all again, and I hope that I find you very well indeed. So, we are approaching Halloween, so I thought I'd throw up a couple of old archive Halloweeny type recipes, and it doesn't get more Halloween in this house anyway than candy apples or toffee apples. So, let me know what you thought, and I will catch up with you at the end. This is everything that I used here, but as usual, all of the ingredients along with their quantities will be in the description box underneath the video. There's just a couple of things obviously you have to do properly to make sure these turn out perfectly. First thing is your apples. It is recommended that you use Granny Smith's, and then your food colouring is recommended that you use a gel type colouring, so that's the one that I'm using here. So a nice tart green apple. Make sure you've got all your stickers off of there. Now if you choose organic apples, which is recommended, they won't have that waxy film on, but even if you are using organic apples, I wouldn't skip this step, because this is going to be quite important to your end result, and this is going to make sure that you don't have lots of air bubbles or sort of pitted candy on the outside of your apple. So do this a couple of days before you plan on making these. It does sound ridiculous, but it'll make a world of difference. So pop them into your boiling water, give them a good dry, and just let them sit for a couple of days. So yeah, do that in advance. You can do them all in the same day, but you might not have such a good result. So you're going to want some lollipop sticks to put into your apples, and I'm going to dip the end of my sticks into some lime juice or lemon juice, and this just stops your apple breaking down, because obviously you're piercing the skin, so it's got a tendency to go brown on the top. So if you pop it into some lemon or lime juice, that'll prevent that happening. So that's a good wee tip. But like I said, do make sure your apples are bone dry before you attempt to dip them into the candy, and you do want that waxy film off of the outside, because you don't want your candy just slipping off your apple. I'm going to be using a candy thermometer, but you don't need to use one of these, and I will show you when we get there what you can do if you don't have one. So grab yourself a large pan. You want to put this onto a medium heat, pop in your water, and I'm using golden syrup, but if you can't get this or don't have this, light corn syrup will do. And then your sugar, which is a ton of sugar. And then your colouring. I'm going to pop in 1 teaspoon of the gel colouring, and I'm just going to give that a wee pat down just to make sure my sugar is fully submerged. And just give your colouring a wee stir, and it doesn't have to be, completely even throughout, because as this bubbles, it will all combine anyway. So you want to let this bubble away in a medium heat. You can stir it, if you want. Don't be afraid to stir it. It shouldn't crystallise. So just give it a wee push round if you feel as though you have to. I've got to stir these things. I can't help myself. But like I said, if you don't have a candy thermometer, there's a really quick and easy way to check that your candy is at that, hard crack stage. Get yourself a glass of cold water, put a wee teaspoon in, and if it, sets immediately and becomes crunchy, then you're ready to go. And all you have to do now is get your candy off of the heat. So turn off your heat, and then gently swirl your apples round, and you will have something that looks like this. And all you need to do now is let them set, which will take a couple of hours, best done overnight, but yeah, a couple of hours should do it, and they were wonderful. Now I made these for someone else, so I can't show you what it looks like inside, but they were absolutely perfect. So yeah, good old toffee apples or candy apples. Let me know if this is a thing where you are as well. They're really, really tasty, but you do need to make sure that you're making them properly, just to make sure that the candy sticks. Make sure your apples are very dry before you start, or there is a danger that the candy won't stick. But do give them a go and let me know what you thought. And a huge thank you to the supporters of the channel over on my Patreon page, to the channel members here on YouTube, for you all for watching, leaving your lovely comments, for those that share the videos, those that have bought me a coffee using the Buy Me a Coffee link, or left me a super thanks donation. It's all very much appreciated, and I'll catch up with you soon back here on What's for Tea. Take care. Bye now.